This video completely blew up online because a lot of people believe this wasn't just an elevator malfunction, but actually a portal to another dimension. A woman gets into an elevator late at night, and at first everything seems completely normal. But the moment the elevator reaches the 5th floor, the doors suddenly open by themselves, and there's nobody there. She pauses for a second, but doesn't think too much about it. Then the elevator suddenly stops again on the 3rd floor, and this time, she starts realizing something feels seriously wrong. Because she clearly pressed floor 1, yet the elevator skips it entirely and keeps descending deeper underground. At first, the woman still doesn't understand how bad the situation really is. She simply leans against the corner waiting for the elevator to stop. But moments later, the security cameras begin glitching violently, and the lights inside the elevator start flickering non-stop. That's when she finally panics. She starts smashing the buttons, trying to call for help, and even pulls out her phone to contact someone. But then something even more terrifying happens. Her phone suddenly has absolutely no signal. Meanwhile, the elevator keeps dropping faster and faster. The entire cabin begins shaking violently. The lights start cutting out, and strange ghost-like images begin appearing all over the surveillance footage. Then the elevator finally stops for a 3rd time. The doors slowly open. Terrified, the woman hesitates for a few seconds before deciding to step out and search for help. But the second she leaves, the elevator doors suddenly slam shut on their own. And moments later, the surveillance footage becomes completely distorted while the elevator mysteriously starts rising back up by itself. But the creepiest part comes at the very end. People notice what looks like a terrifying figure standing near the window. Some believe it was a demon, but others think that figure was actually the woman herself, because they believe she may have already become trapped in another world the moment that elevator kept descending.
She didn't have to cut me off. We were nothing. Your love should treat me like
YouTube, welcome back to all my regulars and my new viewers to another episode of Tay Wizzle Reactions. We're on our way to 250 subscribers. Thanks to you all tapping into the channel, showing me y'all love and support. I really appreciate it. If you want to catch me live, you can go to tiktok.com/TayWizzle276 8 a.m. or go to kick.com/TayWizzle. Every day at 5 p.m. except for Saturdays. And then you got any clips that you want to send me, you can throw it in the community right here on YouTube. I know I've been slowing down on top of the shadow ban. I end up hurting my finger too. So, yeah. But I'm trying my best to keep up with while I got all this going on. But I thank everybody that been patient with me and keep tapping into the channel, man. I really appreciate y'all. Today we are reacting to some of the fucking scariest videos and craziest videos caught on the internet. Some of these videos is creepy, some of them weird, and some of them just flat out fake. Y'all know AI done infiltrated everything now. So you can't even watch no type of video without AI being somewhere. But we're going to take a look at a couple of these videos and decide which ones is real and which ones is fake for ourselves. And while we at it, we also going to see which one that I wouldn't go near. But as always, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified when I drop a video or when I update you on the old one. I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time talking, so let's get right into it.
Scariest things ever caught on camera.
Forward, please. Facing forward, thank you. That's what I like. Everybody hang on! Is everybody okay? Kids!
Headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs.
I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's a birthday party. So,
Got it.
Not mine, but
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
no, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
That's crazy how she just disappeared like that. I think I need to watch it again to see if they cut the camera.
While his camera kept rolling, Tim heard this strange sound coming from somewhere out in the dark. He turned his head, trying to work out what direction it was coming from and what could possibly be making that noise. Right then, though, his other camera was busy recording something way more unsettling. Something passed right in front of the lens, close enough to block the frame for a second, and somehow Tim had no idea it was even happening.
Фонарик, тень откуда-нибудь показалась.
It wasn't until later, when Tim went back through all his recordings, that he understood just how scary that moment actually was. Whatever went past the camera had been moving directly behind him while he stood there alone in the forest. No sound, no footsteps, nothing to warn him at all. Just this thing silently moving through the dark right behind where he was standing. Once he saw that footage, Tim didn't want to spend one more second out there. He grabbed all his stuff and left as quickly as he could.
Снова какой-то шорох, скрип. Сказала, уходи. Рация снова шатается. Сейчас проверю ее на Эми. Твою ж мать, это не человек. Это не человек.
What he came away with was a bunch of seriously disturbing clips. The Ouija board moving by itself, a shadow figure running through the trees, a walkie-talkie swinging for no reason, weird static coming through, and something walking past him that he never even saw. Whether what happened that night was actual paranormal footage or just a bizarre experience in the middle of nowhere is something people still argue about. But if I reviewed my camera and saw something moving behind me like that, I'd be done camping immediately.
Right. I think he might have brought that on himself because, bro, you out there playing with a Ouija board. People don't know by now. That's how you open them doors, bro, and like invite shit you don't want invited. Motherfuckers always fucking around and find out when it comes to them Ouija boards. I won't ever play with one of them, bro. And it's crazy because they was invented here in Maryland.
She dances on TikTok while thousands of people watch her video. But what nobody knows at that moment is that her baby is dying just a few feet away. A few days later, that same video would be examined by investigators in a case that would shock the entire internet. In March 2026, a 19-year-old mother named Alyssa Vanderbeck posts a video of herself smiling and dancing inside a hospital room. To most viewers, it looks like an ordinary TikTok, but behind the camera, her baby, only a few weeks old, is in critical condition. When doctors examine the child, they discover severe head injuries and multiple brain hemorrhages. According to investigators, the parents had reportedly noticed that the baby was struggling to breathe hours before calling for help. Authorities also claim that they sent videos of the infant to relatives asking for advice before finally contacting emergency services. A few days later, the baby dies in the hospital. The investigation then takes a disturbing turn. Detectives recover the TikTok video Alyssa posted while her son was hospitalized and begin reviewing it as part of the case. Very quickly, the video goes viral and sparks outrage across the internet. And even today, many people still wonder how a simple TikTok video ended up at the center of such a disturbing investigation.
That's crazy, because I'm wondering that too. But if I was to guess, I think I would say neglect.
Scariest things ever caught on camera.
Okay, so this is the craziest shit I've seen so far. I was taking the trash out with my son and he kept pointing at the mirror and waving and I didn't know why. So I pulled the camera out and I can't believe I caught this.
Guys, I just got home from school and I see this like hole in my wall. And like next door, I have a really creepy neighbor. Like, let's take a look. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh.
Hello? Oh my god! What the fuck is that?
Now that hole in the wall skit, that's what it seemed like, a skit. But that other one about the guy in the church and he think he seen the ghost, phone T. Fake AI, whatever you want to dub it, but that was phony. That last one though, like the bottles just flew out of her hand, like somebody snatched that bitch from her. Yeah, that looked real. And even the one in the beginning with the baby in the mirror and got the little ghost thing following them, that looked real too.
Imagine recording your pet only to capture something you can't explain. That's exactly what happened to this guy.
Des cas, truc de fou. Je suis à la maison, je sais pas ce qui se passe. Même le chat il sert tout à l'heure.
He's filming his cat, when suddenly the crank on his blind starts spinning by itself. No one's near it, just him and the cat, both frozen. Not long after, things escalate, his bedroom door closes on its own, and his cat, just staring down the hallway like it sees something he can't. Clips like these kept stacking up on his account. But in February 2024, Tristan posts what might be his most terrifying capture yet. He hears a noise, goes to check his room, and through the darkness, a blanket is floating above the bed. The shape underneath looks human, but when he turns on the light, the blanket drops. And no one's there. So, what was hiding under that blanket? And while that blanket dropped with no one underneath, our next guy spotted something even worse. A shadow waiting for him inside his own house. He just pulled up from work, and through his car window, he saw someone standing inside. his home.
Okay, so I just got home from work, and there should be nobody at my house right now. I mean, it should be completely empty. But I just pulled up, and what is that? Is that a person? Should be nobody in the house, nobody at all. Okay, well, I guess check it out. Okay.
He saw a hooded man standing perfectly still by the door, but when he finally went inside, the figure had vanished. No sound, no trace. But disappearing shadows aren't the only thing caught on camera. Sometimes the scariest things are standing right behind you, perfectly still. Something was very wrong in this living room. If you look behind him, his grandma's just standing there in the kitchen, completely frozen. Then this happens. Like full-on statue mode, bro, not even blinking, and the dog growling straight at her. Like he's seen season 2 of Dementor Diaries. Then the cleaning robot rolls out of the kitchen and suddenly gets stuck, like something is blocking it. But there's literally nothing there. It's doing this weird back and forth thing like, "Excuse me, sir, please move your ghostly presence." And then, bam, something drops from the fridge. Man's about to uninstall his grandma. But here's the real question. Was grandma even alive at that moment? And if that doesn't make your skin crawl, imagine driving home after midnight, and your dash cam shows you this. Savvy and her boyfriend were driving home from a concert in Santa Cruz. The night was fun, until they ended up on a road called Killer 17, which already sounds like a horror movie. They're just vibing, cruising down the road. Then, this happens.
Someone was in the middle of the fucking road.
Something or someone shows up inches from the passenger side, but they didn't see it until it was right there. Savvy checks the rear dash cam to see who they almost hit. And bro, nobody, no person, no shadow, just empty cursed road. She was like, did we almost hit a ghost? Or did I hallucinate with high beams? Locals say that road is haunted. And honestly, this might be one of the highway's past passengers, just vibing in the afterlife. Savvy's dash cam may have caught a ghost on the road, but some captures are far creepier when they're frozen in a single moment, like these photos that no one can explain. These photos? Way too strange to explain. And the creepiest part? They weren't edited at all. A group of women went on a birthday trip. No kids, no husbands, just them, vibing. But when one of them snapped a live photo on her iPhone, they captured this. Did you see it? On the right side, a pale little boy, completely colorless, peeking over their shoulders. And remember, live photos capture a few frames before and after the shot. If you look close, this ghostly boy actually moves. Like seriously. Who invited Casper Jr. to the party? Next up, Tegan takes a picture with her boyfriend. Cute, right? Until she prints it out and notices a guest in the background. A man, except he's way too tall. His features, blurry, eyes, hollow, arms, much longer than they should be. Nothing says romantic couple pic, like Slenderman third wheeling. So, what do you think? Were these ghosts or just tricks of the camera? Drop your theory in the comments. And if you spotted the chills, hit like and subscribe for more. So, from haunted homes to frozen family members, cursed highways to unexplainable photos. Which one chilled you the most? Drop your theory in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more chills.
This is absolute madness. Have you seen the void apartment footage that is making millions of people wonder if some families among us aren't actually alive? Highly unusual clips have just surfaced on TikTok, and they are already sending a chill through every household. At first glance, it looks like a video documenting extreme poverty. A family living in a filthy, half-ruined apartment, but look closer at the residents, because their presence defies every law of human nature. The children have large, glassy eyes that look completely empty, void of any human emotion or thought. The apartment itself is unlivable. It's covered in layers of grime and stains from unknown liquids that no human should be able to survive around. But this family doesn't clean, they don't eat, and they don't move. They just exist. Theorists are already claiming this family is actually the spirits of the former residents who died in this apartment years ago. Because no one ever moved in, their energy has crystallized into physical forms. They have bodies, but they've lost every human instinct. If you don't believe my words, search Void Family Apartment right now and watch it.
Man, all I know is they shit look like they never cleaned up since they been in that motherfucker.
Have you already seen the forbidden wedding footage that is making millions of people wonder if the gates of the underworld have finally opened? Highly unusual clips have just surfaced of a couple celebrating what looks like a dream wedding. And at first glance, it's a beautiful scene, a man and woman in love. But look closer, because as the camera pans down, the reality becomes terrifying. Beneath his expensive black suit, the man's legs don't end in shoes, they end in massive, powerful cloven hooves. On his head, 2 jagged organic horns grow directly from his skull, radiating an aura that feels heavy even through the screen. Beside him, the woman wears a crystal white dress made of a shimmering, unknown material that seems to vibrate with an otherworldly light. And now theorists claim this isn't a marriage, but a vessel union. They believe this couple is posting these videos to lure other young pairs into their inner circle. Not for friendship, but to use them as physical hosts for an entity that is slowly entering our reality. If you don't believe me, search Soulmate Wedding right now and watch the way they dance. But what do you think is the real purpose of this couple? Tell me your theory in the comments.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even have an explanation for that one.
This video completely blew up online because a lot of people believe this wasn't just an elevator malfunction, but actually a portal to another dimension. A woman gets into an elevator late at night, and at first everything seems completely normal. But the moment the elevator reaches the 5th floor, the doors suddenly open by themselves, and there's nobody there. She pauses for a second, but doesn't think too much about it. Then the elevator suddenly stops again on the 3rd floor, and this time, she starts realizing something feels seriously wrong. Because she clearly pressed floor 1, yet the elevator skips it entirely and keeps descending descending deeper underground. At first, the woman still doesn't understand how bad the situation really is. She simply leans against the corner waiting for the elevator to stop. But moments later, the security cameras begin glitching violently, and the lights inside the elevator start flickering non-stop. That's when she finally panics. She starts smashing the buttons, trying to call for help, and even pulls out her phone to contact someone. But then something even more terrifying happens. Her phone suddenly has absolutely no signal. Meanwhile, the elevator keeps dropping faster and faster. The entire cabin begins shaking violently. The lights start cutting out, and strange ghost-like images begin appearing all over the surveillance footage. Then the elevator finally stops for a third time. The doors slowly open. Terrified, the woman hesitates for a few seconds before deciding to step out and search for help. But the second she leaves, the elevator doors suddenly slam shut on their own. And moments later, the surveillance footage becomes completely distorted while the elevator mysteriously starts rising back up by itself. But the creepiest part comes at the very end. People notice what looks like a terrifying figure standing near the window. Some believe it was a demon, but others think that figure was actually the woman herself, because they believe she may have already become trapped in another world the moment that elevator kept descending. If you were her, would you step out of that elevator?
I know I wouldn't have got out of that motherfucking elevator. That bitch then descended that damn fast for that long. Damn, bro. Like, that bitch took her to hell. Then when she got to the bottom, bro, I'm talking about it was pitch black. No, I would not have went through there. I'm sorry. Let me know how y'all feel down in the comments. And let me know what you think about all them videos. As always, if you made it this far on the channel, don't forget, consider hitting that like button and that subscribe button so you can be notified when I drop a video or when I'm updating you on the old one. If you want to catch me live, go to tiktok.com/taywizzle276 at 8 a.m. every morning, or you can go to kick.com/taywizzle 5 p.m. every day except for Fridays. And if you got any clips that you want to send me, put it in the community right here on YouTube. It's been another episode of Taywizzle Reactions. I love you guys. I'm going to see y'all in the next clip. And I appreciate y'all and thank you for watching.
She didn't have to cut me off.